Imagine being asked to run a marathon at 7 a.m. every single morning before your brain or body is fully awake. That's what high school feels like for millions of teenagers across the United States. They're expected to perform academically, stay alert in class, and participate in sports, and make major life decisions, all while chronically sleep deprived. My name is Megan, and as someone who went through early start times myself, and who has researched this issue using medical, educational, and scientific sources, I can tell you this problem is not about laziness. It's about biology, public health, and student safety. Most of us either were high school students recently or have siblings, family members, or future children who will go through the system. This issue affects every family and every community. So today, I want to persuade you that high schools should require late start times, specifically 8:30 a.m. or later. Research shows that early start times damage students' health, weaken academic performances, and even put lives at risk. My main points today are simple. 1. Early start times cause real health problems. 2. These problems happen because school schedules ignore adolescent biology. And 3. Requiring late start times is a proven, efficient solution. So let's begin by looking at the real problem. Problem. Early start times harm student health. Teens in the U.S. are sleeping far less than they need, and schools are a major reason why. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics in 2014 policy statement, adolescents naturally experience a shift in their biological sleep cycles, causing them to fall asleep later and awake later. This isn't a choice, it's a normal brain function. But despite this, most high schools still start before 8 a.m., which forces teens to wake up during their deepest sleep phase. As a result, teenagers across the country are chronically sleep deprived. The Centers of Disease Control and Prevention in 2022 found that fewer than 30% of high schoolers get the recommended 8 to 10 hours of sleep. Lack of sleep is linked to higher rates of depression, anxiety, weakened immune function, and difficulty regulation of emotions. Sleep deprivation also affects physical safety. Teens who are sleep deprived are more likely to get into car accidents, make impulsive decisions, and experience long-term health issues. So the problem is real, but what's the cause? The cause. School schedules ignore adolescent biology. Most teenagers are not staying up late just because they want to. Their brain chemistry literally changes during puberty. The CDC explains that melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate sleep, doesn't rise in teenagers until around 11 p.m. That means asking a teen to fall asleep at 9 is like asking an adult to fall asleep at 7. It's not going to happen. But high school still requires students to wake up at 5 or 6 a.m., which is completely misaligned with their sleep cycles. A peer-reviewed article published in Sleep Health in 2016 by Anne Weatherton and colleagues showed that when high schools moved their start times to 8:30 a.m. or later, students gained an hour of sleep per night without going to bed earlier. Their bodies were simply allowed to operate on a healthier schedule. The truth is that early start times were created decades ago based on bus routes and after-school activities, not on science or student health. So, if we know the cause, what can we do about it? The solution. Schools must require later start times. The solution is straightforward. High schools should start no later than 8:30 a.m. Research has already shown the benefits. According to the 2019 New York Times report by education journalist Erica Green, Districts that moved start times saw improved attendance, higher graduation rates, and better standardized tests. Safety improves too. A major University of Minnesota study found that teen car accidents dropped 13% after later start times were adapted. Later start times also reduces tardiness, improves mental health, and increases student engagement in class. The best part? These results happen quickly, often within the first year of making the change. This is a policy that is practical, affordable, and proven effectiveness. Students just have to decide that student health is more important than outdated scheduling practices. So here is my call to action. I want each of you to visit the website startschoollater.net, a nonprofit organization dedicated to advocating for healthier school schedules. It allows you to look up your school's current start time and provides a tool to contact your local school board. I encourage you to email your school board and ask them to require high school start times of 8:30 a.m. or later, following the recommendations of pediatric and public health experts. This is a small action that can have a huge impact on students' health and academic success. As we've seen, early high school start times are not just inconvenient. They are unhealthy, unsafe, and unsupported by science. We've looked at how these early schedules harm sleep, physical health, and how they conflict with natural adolescent biology, and how later start times can dramatically improve student well-being, safety, and academic achievement. So I want to leave you with one final thought. If we expect teenagers to learn, grow, succeed, we cannot keep forcing them to function on empty. A rested student is a healthier student, a safer student, and a smarter student. High schools should require later start times, and we should advocate for that change because the science is clear and the benefits are undeniable. Thank you.